And here comes Reagan. Yesterday's winner, David Reagan, in the number 6 with rookie Joey Logano up top. Where'd Logano come from? That would be 22nd.
They worked together yesterday. It was Logano that actually gave Reagan the shot that he needed to get to the lead to win the race yesterday. Oh, touch. Boy, Jeff Gordon.
And around. He's car to the wall.
I think that was Jeff Gordon.
Here we go. 8, 9, 10 cars. Mark Martin's involved.
Man, you hate to see this early in the race.
I believe Jeff Gordon was the first car sent
up on me.
Up and into the wall. Somebody
hit Jeff, and that guy started it. Look at that. Looks like a junk start.
All right, boys. Let's go to the garage, see if we can get it fixed.
It's because it is. Oh, Clint Boyer all torn up. Scott Riggs is in it. Jamie McMurray, Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and more.
Let's see where Jeff Gordon is here, because you see the smoke first when he makes contact with someone.
And it's the car who is inside. Now here's Gordon. Here's Matt Kenseth. Watch the two of them and see if there's a puff of smoke.
Looks like Jeff has got cars on the inside of him, on the outside of him. Oh, and Kenseth just looks like he was leaving a little room on the bottom and moved up a tad and got into Jeff.
Casey Kane involved.
Oh, I think
Allmendinger.
Listen, when the field went by, there were only about half. It's only about half a field left.
You can see right there, Matt Kenseth just gets into that left front of Jeff Gordon, and Gordon goes up and gets in the side of the 71. Gilliland, nowhere for Kurt Busch to go. Brian Vickers, and they just stack up from there.
Look, that's a six-pack into the wall, just all in one move.
And this is the way the big one works at Talladega. I saw cars running in the top 5 that were involved, cars running outside the top 25 that were involved.
Yeah, I hate that. The old Pepsi Challenger is getting opened up like a can of Pepsi.
Got Gilliland as he went around, who spun down off the nose of the 2.
Harvick. And look at Mark. Mark took a heck of a ride in the 5 car.
Now Casey Kane has climbed out of his car. He's okay. It's going to be easier to list the cars that were not involved.
Mike, when they went by here, and of course we'll see them on the track out here, that's half the field.
Most of the cars in the low groove up until then. Oh, Boyer took a hard shot after contact from Gilliland.
So did the 71. I mean, there are cars that were getting pounded in this wreck.
Let's look out from behind Jeff Gordon. That's Kurt Busch.
Man, just like that.
And again. And again.
We're done. We're done. Completely junked. Kenseth came up on me.
Let's ride with Kevin Harvick.
Go low, go low, go low. Stay in it, stay in it, stay in it. We're in it, boys.
And let's ride with Casey Kane.
Stay low as you can, low as you can, low as you can. We got in a minute. Hard on the right side, right front, right at the left side door. You all right, bud?
I'd like to see the Kevin Harvick angle once again and watch Jeff Gordon's car and see if it gets loose, Darrell, before the contact.
Jeff Gordon is right up in here.
Kurt Busch behind him. He jumps out a little.
I think this is just that's just the contact from the 17 car
that was
that
the
shot
first
him
contact.
to the right.
You're right.
Exactly what caused that. These cars are, I mean, there's a bunch of cars that are taking a pounding in this wreck.
Pick your favorite driver and
Here
watch how
right
it unfolds
here
for
we go.
him.
Into the 71, the 24 into the 71. Here comes McMurray. Here comes Harvick. Mark's on the bottom. 36 car. Here comes the 9 to 44. Piles in.
Bobby Labonte, nice job to get on the brakes and miss it.
Mike, I just counted 21 cars that went by here without damage,
which is half the field.
And Jeff Gordon, you heard him say on the radio, we're done for the day. He's climbing up.
Yeah, that car got hit multiple times.
Pit road is now open. Let's begin with yesterday's winner, David Reagan and Dick Bergman.
They're going to take 2 tires and put fuel in Reagan's car, and certainly to win the race here at Talladega, you have got to avoid those kinds of problems. So far, so good for the young 23-year-old driver. Matty.
Martin Truex Jr., 3-time winner here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. He is in. No major chassis adjustments for the one, just 4 tires. To Krista.
Brian Patty reminding Juan his team is dressed in blue this week. The Tums dual action Chevy. They said they'll stick with their plan and go with 4. Do you want it tighter, Juan? He said, no, my car is a rocket.
David Reagan will win the, or no, Joey Logano wins the Verizon race off pit road with Reagan, Truex, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Montoya.
I think all they did to that 20 car was just put a little bit of fuel in him to fill him up. No tire changing on that car, it looked like.
Well, Darrell, the big one didn't take until lap 8 to unfold.
Yeah, I hate it when it happens early like this. It just ruins the race for everybody.
Under the first caution of the day at Talladega, Alabama, for this big crash triggered by Matt Kenseth getting into Jeff Gordon.
The way you experience the race.
First caution of the day, a little work on Carl Edwards. Claret and Ford. During this one, everybody has been on and off pit road at least once. Bobby Labonte got a little piece of it. Looked like he'd stopped to avoid it, but he got a bit, and so did Kyle Busch. Let's go back. Here are the cars involved in the wreck. This is in numerical order for the drivers involved with significant damage. Some, like Casey Kane's car, are headed for the garage. Matt Kenseth may have come up a little, but also it looks like Jeff Gordon came down a little as they got to turn number 3.
Yeah, it looks like the 71 car way up on the outside there, where alongside of Jeff, and then it looked like that the 17 bumped into the back of the one, maybe caused him to move up a tad as Jeff was moving down a tad, and then we had a mess.
I mean, you could analyze this wreck till the end of the race. It's just Talladega.
And there's the 17 right behind the 1. And he comes up as Jeff comes down to make a little room. There's not enough room for both of them. One driver who I think took the hardest hit of all, Clint Boyer, is released from the care center and with Dick Berggren.
Yeah, and he has finished 81 in a row in this series. Can you get back out on the racetrack?
Oh, man, I don't know. Thing was pretty tore up when I got out of it, but just unfortunate. You know, the BB&T Chevrolet was strong. Guys worked hard to bring fast cars, and, you know, I don't know what happened. It's just racing way too hard, way too early.
Is everybody okay in the care center?
I think so.
Okay, thank you.
Look at that hard hit into the outside safer barrier for the 33. Among a lot of hard hits, 3 of Richard Childress's 4 cars were involved and likely done for the day.
Yeah, the 5, the 71, the 44. I mean, they took hard driver's side licks.
But I think there will be a tremendous amount of work going on in the garage area this early in the race. When you look at it, that's about half of our teams and drivers in the top 12, and a lot of guys fighting like Mark Martin to get in the top 12.
Well, if you can get your car fixed and get back out there and make any kind of keep minimum speed up, look at all the cars you could be ahead of.
One more lap would make a big difference.
One more lap, yeah.
Right now, we have 9 cars that completed only those first few laps as repairs are made to the safer barrier. Now, ride with Jimmy Johnson and see how he gets through here.
Yeah, because this is all right up in front of him. As you see it starting to unfold. Cars going everywhere.
In front of you.
He's on the apron. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was so close.
And I know, talking to Chad Canals, that was their big concern about that qualifying run, was starting back there.
So close for Jimmy Johnson, yet so hard for his teammate Jeff Gordon. Dick?
Well, Jeff Gordon has come out of the care center, and the winningest active driver here at Talladega, the point leader. Is there any chance at all you can get that car back out?
Well, I know these guys are certainly going to work real hard at it. It's unfortunate. I think this is the same way this Pepsi Challenger ended up in '83, so it sure did look good. It was driving good, and we were having, you know, a good time there. I was actually working well with Matt, getting up to the front through the middle, and I'm not really sure what happened. I was just kind of cruising along there in the middle. Matt got up there, I think, behind maybe the 11, and he went low. And so I was just cruising on up the middle, and I don't know if somebody got to the
How
inside.
about we show it to you?
Sure. Yeah,
Here we go.
Kind of saw it there, but I'd like to see a different angle maybe. If I could talk to somebody in the truck. But, you know, it just...
There's your different angle.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt went down with the 1 car. And I guess what it was is whoever that was on the inside, I don't think, you know, when there just wasn't enough room. When he got underneath Matt, Matt came up, and I was already there.
Sorry to meet you here. We thought we were going to meet you in Victory Lane possibly next time.
Yeah, and I was hoping he wouldn't remember that 83 race, too.
Steve Burns.
Mike, with Mark Martin. Mark's just gone and patted his teammates on the back, and you had a chance to just watch the replay as your teammate Jeff Gordon was speaking. Your race car, unfortunately, is a mess.
Yeah, it is, and I hate that for our Kellogg's CarQuest team. It was really a sweet race car, but they seem to be experts at building them. So I'm sure they'll come back with another great one. And you know, we had a great weekend last weekend. I'm gonna stop short of complaining and be thankful for the good stuff, and look forward to climbing back in that thing next weekend.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
In the front of him, you get a little bump down the back straightaway.
Here we go.
Oh, trouble hard in the wall, Robbie Gordon. And around goes Jimmy Johnson.
Denny Hamlin's involved, Martin Truex Jr., David Stremme. This is version 2 of the big one.
Well, desperate men were starting to do some desperate things out there as the laps wound down.
Like I said, Mike, this is when you lay it all on the line. If you got it, use it.
Both ends for Martin Truex. Robbie Gordon, oh, thank goodness he's moving around in that car, because look how the front stove in as he hit the inside wall really hard. Let's see how this happened.
Back in this pack back here that was jockeying for position. Everybody starts trying to figure out which line they want to go low, want to go high. Oh, Montoya.
Montoya got turned.
Yeah,
he
got turned and
looked like Montoya was
there.
wanting to move around, and when he did, he just got clipped.
There's Mayfield's car in flames, the 41.
Not a very good day for Hendrick Motorsports. That's 3 of the cars that have been knocked out.
Oh, Montoya just got shoved into Bobby Labonte, and just like a croquet ball being sent, Robbie Gordon got shot into the inside wall.
Boy, Jeremy Mayfield going there in a 41 car, he's got a lot of fire coming out of that automobile. Boy, that's a hard lick. That is hard right there. Oh, my.
But you know the great thing? They've installed the safer barrier back there on that inside wall.
Yeah, look at that. Is that Sam Hornish that went up and hit the outside wall?
Yep, and kept going. Let's do some ride-alongs here, starting with Michael Waltrip.
Heavy impact today, hard impact in all these, on the big one and then this one.
Of course, Jimmy Johnson had taken the points lead since his teammate Jeff Gordon, the 24, had problems earlier.
I want to tell you about Robbie Gordon's hit. If he hits another 100 feet down track, he hits the concrete instead of the safer barrier.
Let's see what happened here. Montoya got hit by the 11.
Yep, there it is.
And that turned him a little bit to the left, and then or to the right, and then when he corrected, he got into Bobby Labonte, and it was on from there.
Boy, Hornish scooted through there for a while and then got turned. Let's look back from Jimmy Johnson's car. Looking back at Waltrip. Jimmy gets turned. Pretty hard impact there. And here's what Carl Edwards saw. You know, Darrell, the contact was Hamlin and Montoya, but that really started about 6 cars forward and just kind of you know, accordioned back.
Well, what you do when you're sitting back there, you're watching up ahead of you, and you see a couple of lines trying to form. You got an inside line, an outside line, and you're starting to say, which one do I need to get in? And you start moving around on the racetrack, and you get hooked by somebody.
Now we're being told the 48 car will not finish this race. He's going to go to the garage area. There's not enough laps left. They've got a broken upper control arm, so this pretty much will end their day. You can see it right there on the right front. We're also being told that Matt Kenseth had to come to pit road. He had a flat right rear tire.
Now Kenseth had been the second place car and dropped to 21st just before the caution came out.
Well, this car right here, the 11 car, basically caused that accident. He got into Montoya, or at least he was a part of that accident. Let me put it that way. And he was lucky because he went through the whole thing and didn't hit anything very hard.
We're under caution. We have 7 laps to go. Let's go down to the Hollywood Hotel.
Well, he's not going to run second in this race, I can tell you.
And is Edwards going to get to the front, or are they going to stall out before they get to Junior?
They got that run, baby.
And what's interesting, that's a Hendrick car running second. That's a Hendrick-related car leading the race. And that's a Hendrick-related car pushing Carl Edwards. White flag this time.
Yeah, Carl Edwards from the back all day to the lead with 1 to go.
3 Chevys and 1 Ford. And it doesn't matter now. Your friends are where you find them. And from hanging out back, Carl Edwards.
I'll tell you, I don't know if they can catch him. What we've seen today, 2 cars get that big a run on them. I don't know that the 39 and the 88 can catch them.
They're in the draft of Edwards and Keselowski.
He's all over you here, just you and him.
Carl Edwards restarted 8th.
If that 09 can stay hooked to the back of that 99, it's going to be hard to get him. It's going to be close right here at the line.
Can Keselowski try to win it?
I don't know. I don't think he can step out until he waits till the last second and picks up.
He goes to the outside. Is Edwards going?
Oh, no.
He turns him.
No.
Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car.
No.
Edwards will not make it to the flag.
Oh,
Brad Keselowski won this race.
Unbelievable.
Carl Edwards' car destroyed. And Junior's protege, Keselowski, the winner, and Carl Edwards is moving around and ready to climb out.
Larry, look at that. The carburetor's gone off.
It's completely gone.
Carl did what he wanted to do. He stayed at the back all day long. He played it smart. Had this race possibly won. Not now. Not sure where Carl's going. Maybe he thinks if he runs across the start-finish line, it'll count.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
He's like you know how he is. He's an athlete, a marathon runner. I want to finish the race.
And he did, to a standing ovation from the crowd. Shades of Ricky Bobby.
Don't you know, Larry, that James Finch is fit to be tied right now?
Finch owns this car. He bought it from Rick Hendrick and leased the engine, a whole Hendrick package.
Let's take a look, Mike. Carl Edwards, he opened it up just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is a hard lick right into the fence. I mean, that car, that looked like Bobby Allison did here in 1987.
The catch fence did its job, and the car did its job.
Thank goodness we have the new, much stronger, safer catch fences.
And Newman took a hard hit from Edwards as well. Look at just a car with the room left on the bottom.
What happened here is the 09 looked to the outside. Carl went up a little bit to block him, and 09 went right back to the bottom and clipped him.
You know, the move looked a lot like the one that Brian Vickers put on Jimmy Johnson when Vickers won.
Wow.
But what a hit.
Wow. That is 1987 all over again. Oh, my gosh. And did you see that? I believe it was Biffle that almost T-boned the 99. But watch. The 09's going to look to the outside where he already has. Carl went up to block him a little bit. Now he's going to come down to try to block him again. And you get one shot at it, but you don't get two. Watch this.
What a lick.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
You know, and looking very carefully at the catch fencing that held, And I did not see any debris go into the grandstand. And that certainly is
unbelievable.
It's very gratifying to see. Well,
I knew it was going to be wild. I didn't know it was going to be this wild.
Run here, the 3 back from him.
This is from Carl's onboard
Looking
camera.
inside, 09.
But Daryl, I want to ask you.
And from Dale Jr.
Oof. But Daryl, I want to ask you on air, because I did not see Brad Keselowski do anything wrong there.
No, it was a blocking move on Carl. The 09 looked to the outside. Carl went up to block that move, and when Carl came down, the 09 was there.
Another first-time winner at Talladega. Here's the cool-down lap. Dale Jr. and Brad Keselowski kind of getting together. Junior with a big fist pump, and whoa, Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski didn't see him up there.
Now everybody's going to say that Kyle Busch spun the winner out after the race, but I beg to pardon with you.
Every driver dreams of his first Sprint Cup win, but when that win comes at a venue as significant as Talladega, it is something special. Brad Keselowski, as you pulled into victory lane, I saw your hands were shaking. Can you believe you just won a Sprint Cup race, and you did so at the biggest track of all?
Wow, pinch me. I don't know. Am I awake?
I'm going to pinch you.
How about this team? God, how about that? All them fans out there, man. Thanks for coming. This is the best show on earth. I got to apologize to Carl for wrecking him, but, man, the rule is you can't go below the yellow line, and he blocked, and I wasn't going below it. So I don't want to wreck a guy, but you're forced in that situation. So, but there's nothing else I could do. We had a lot of fun tonight. Man, it was that fun. I hope the fans did too, because this is NASCAR racing, and this is cool.
Can you take us through that last lap and the moment you knew you just won a race as you crossed that start-finish line?
Well, I kind of felt bad because I was watching Carl in my mirror wreck hard, and I hope he's okay. I feel bad about that, but, man, that's the rule. He knows the rule as well as anyone else, and he put himself in that spot, and I don't want to wreck a guy, but he put himself there. So hope he's okay, and sorry for that, but what a great Chevrolet. How about that Chevy? Man, does this thing have some smoke. Man, I can't believe it. I appreciate it.
His best finish coming into this race in the Sprint Cup Series, 19th. He is now a Sprint Cup winner. Matt?
When the dust settled, Dale Earnhardt Jr. came home second. You had the perfect seat to watch your protege score his first win. Walk us through what you saw from your seat.
Well, I had to deal with the 39 Ryan to break away from the pack and kind of do what we didn't do yesterday in a nationwide race. And we had it going, and I thought there's no way, you know, we were staying tied together, and there's no way nobody can catch us. And they were smart enough to move up, which the higher lane had been easier and faster and winding the car out better all day. They were smart enough to run in the middle, and here they come. And I couldn't believe Brad was pushing that 99. I would have guessed anybody else, but he did an awesome job. I couldn't see what happened on the front straightaway. I was behind the 39, and I asked Tony Jr. to tell him what to do because I can't see what they're doing up there if they're wrecking. And he said, stay, you know, they're spinning up the track, stay on the bottom. And it was a pretty hard hit that Ryan had, but I had a blast. The National Guard Amp Energy Chevrolet was running good all day long. It run up front, and I love these fans here. Enjoy watching a race like that. And it got a little boring sometimes in the middle, but, man, it's just a long one. We all just trying to stay around to the end. I can't thank my team enough, and I'm so proud of Brad. You know, he did a great job. His family's got to be extremely happy. James Finch, you know, as a car owner, that's just amazing, man. He's an awesome dude.
Can you imagine the party that will be taking place tonight in Panama City, Mike?
Oh, boy.
I'm telling you.
It will never be the same.
Well, Dale Jr. came within one position of being Rick Hendrick's 4th straight winner. Brad Keselowski, in only his 5th Sprint Cup start, becomes Talladega's 10th first-time winner. And yes, Carl Edwards makes it to the finish line.
Run, Carl, run.
Welcome to the Lipitor post-race show. We're live at Talladega where 25-year-old Brad Keselowski with a dramatic victory. Carl Edwards is standing by with our Dick Bergman live. Dick?
And most important is that Carl Edwards is okay. We are going to replay the crash. Please walk us through what happened.
Yeah, first of all, I got to tell my wife and my mom I'm fine. You know, Brad was, he's pushing, he's doing everything he can. I saw him go high, went high, he goes low right here. Didn't realize he had got that far, so I went low to block a little bit, and he was already there. So I turned around backwards. At this point, I'm thinking, boy, I wish this was made out of liquid gel material. And then I'm very fortunate we hit the wall in a way that it didn't crush my roll cage down on my neck, because that would have been a lot worse. So NASCAR just puts us in this box. Brad did a great job. Congrats to him on the win, but they put us in this box, and we'll race like this until we kill somebody, and then they'll change it. But I'm just glad nobody got hurt today. Glad the car didn't go up in the fans and, you know, in the grandstands and hurt somebody. And, you know, most of all, I just got to thank Clarence and all my guys. We did that was the smartest race I could run, and I guess we ended up 23rd or something. But, yeah, Brad did his job. We're just racing hard, and lucky nobody got hurt.
So no issues at all with Brad's job?
No, that's what Brad's supposed to do. He's assuming I know he's inside. It was so quick I didn't know he was inside. So, you know, we saw what happened to Regan Smith. You can't go down below the yellow line or you lose the race. So, you know, he's winning, and I was doing everything I could to keep him from winning. But, man, just glad I'm all right. And this is, you know, I didn't know if it mattered if I went across the finish line, but I just wanted to finish the race.
How hard a hit was that?
It's pretty hard. It's just a little bit scary because I saw the ground, and then I hit the wall with, I couldn't tell exactly which part of the car I hit the wall with, and I was real worried I hit the roll cage. Had to wait a minute, make sure that that there wasn't something, you know, stuck in me somewhere or something. That's a little nerve-wracking to hit the wall with something other than the side of the race car. So it's the first time I flipped in a race car.
Ever?
Yeah, that's it. So we got that out of the way.
Well, he made it in dramatic style for sure. We are so glad you're okay.
Wild ride out there today.
Thanks very much, Dick. Well, we're used to Carl Edwards doing the flip. That's usually the back flip when he celebrates. And that, I mean, first of all, how decent and professional of Carl, the way he responded there, obviously shaken up and upset. But you heard Brad earlier apologize to Carl and say, hey, yellow line, I played within the rules. I had to play hard.
Well, this is what racing's all about. I mean, you can take it either way. If you're a Carl Edwards fan, you're probably thinking, well, he got dumped by Keselowski. But the truth of the matter is, a year ago, and when we were here, when Tony Stewart blocked Regan Smith, Regan went below the yellow line. It cost him dearly, almost like the same thing it cost Carl. This is what happens, and this is how close everything is and how everybody wants it. You can see the damage that was done to the retaining fence. Great job right now by the folks here at Talladega and NASCAR having it built like it is. Otherwise, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, that's crazier than any stunt plane ride I've ever took.
And Carl Edwards did mention he hopes some of the fans are okay. We know there's some injuries down there. They're working on it, and we certainly hope for the best for those fans in that area. As we check the final results of Brad Keselowski's dramatic win, let's get some final thoughts from Larry, Darrell, and Mike.
Well, they're going to replay this one for a long time, Chris, because Keselowski was 10th with 4 laps to go, 8th with 2 to go, 3rd with 1 to go, and he wins it.
Yeah, it's just, I knew it was going to be wild. I knew it was going to be crazy. I thought that restart would bust him up a little bit, and maybe it wouldn't. Maybe it'd be maybe have a little sanity to it. No sanity today, Larry. This is like Days of Thunder, baby.
Especially
upside down on
10
fire.
laps to go. But, you know, you just think about it. Brad Keselowski driving for that race team, James Finch, Mark Reno, they missed the Daytona 500. They did not even qualify. This is the first year that this team is running the full schedule.
Keselowski, he's only led 1 lap so far in his Cup career, and that's the lap we just saw. He'll be celebrating for a while. We have more post-race reaction here from Talladega in a moment. Congratulations to Brad Keselowski, and once again, Carl Edwards. How did he survive this? He was in the right frame of mind, and he'll be ready to roll in Richmond. That's how he rolls. For Jeff Hammond, our entire production crew, I'm Chris Myers. Talladega deserves a wow. Thanks for being a part of NASCAR on Fox, and we'll see you next Saturday night from Richmond. Have a good week.
Love it when it's forward, love it when it's fast, love it when the leaders cross the pack is moving past, love it when they're making lots and lots of noise, can't wait to hear the double say. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys. 10 cars. Let's go racing, boys. Let's go racing, boys.
Look at this race. 9 laps to go at the Talladega 499. All heck breaks loose as car after car obtains dents and bruises, leaving wreckage strewn across the countryside. Then on NASCAR race's final lap, look at the 99 car get nudged skyward. It slams into another vehicle with the 99 lands, it starts to burn, and driver Carl Edwards climbs out the window, and gamely, Edwards trots across the finish line just a few yards away. No, it doesn't work that way, as the race's real winner, Brad Keselowski, takes the checkered flag. Keselowski gets his first Sprint Cup victory and apologizes to Edwards post-race.
And I hope he's okay. I feel bad about that, but man, that's the rule. He knows the rule as well as anyone else, and he put himself in that spot, and I don't want to wreck a guy, but he put himself there. So hope he's okay, and sorry for that.
It takes your breath away. We'll have more from Talladega 499. All heck breaks loose as car after car obtains dents and bruises, leaving wreckage strewn across the track. Then, on the NASCAR race's final lap, look at the car 99 get nudged skyward and slam into another vehicle. When the 99 lands, it starts to burn, and driver Carl Edwards climbs out of the window, and gamely, Edwards trots across the finish line just a few yards away as the race's real winner, Brad Keselowski, takes the checkered flag. Keselowski gets his first Sprint Cup victory and apologizes to Edwards post-race.